cure or treatment, but they certainly make a huge difference if you're an allergy sufferer. But air purifiers are important for all of us. This air purifier is by one of our favorite brand names, Honeywell. And this is called the QuietClean Tower air purifier. And I love the name of this because you're gonna wanna run this air purifier 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And if you're very sensitive to noise, especially many of you are working from home, you're on your Teams and your Zoom calls and your students and your young people are e-learning at home. This is nice and quiet, but it's super incredibly effective. I wanna give you some of the specs because this Honeywell air purifier is called the Air Tower, and it comes with what they call IFD filter. We're gonna talk to you all about what that means and why that's important. But it also is backed by a 5-year warranty. And the EPA says that the air inside of our homes is 2 to 5 times more pollutant than the outside of our homes because our homes are so airtight. And in this current pandemic, we're actually home 90% of the time. And so you wanna be cleaning and scrubbing the air. Joining us is our expert, Matt Davis, to tell us all about it. Matt, it's so good to have you on the show. This is so important for us to be able to target the air in our home, target those microns, target the odors, whether the odors that are coming from pets or from a smoker that might be in our home, or burnt popcorn, or a stinkly broccoli or Brussels sprouts in our home, Matt. All reasons why an air purifier is really important to have in our home. Now the question becomes, why this air purifier? And you can help us with that.
Absolutely, Marla. Great to see you.
Same
as
here.
Always. We're talking about Honeywell air purifiers. As you said, the #1 brand, #1 selling brand of air purifiers in North America. One of the main reasons is that it's recommended by allergists, doctors that treat allergies. And again, it's not a treatment or a cure of allergies, but what it does do is it removes 99% of the dust, the pollen, the pet dander, the mold spores, the things that are floating around in the air that make you cough and sneeze, right? So this is the #1 selling Honeywell air purifier here at HSN. And the reason is this is that Goldilocks version, right? It's exactly the right size and it does the right things for you. The reason is that Honeywell came to you, the customer, and said, what is it you want in an air purifier? Well, guess what? You said 3 things. You said, #1, we want it to be incredibly effective. 99% effective, independent laboratory tested to remove all of that dust, the pollen, pet dander, right? #2, you said, we want it to be quiet. We want this to be quiet. This is QuietClean technology. It's hard for me to be quiet. It's not hard for the Honeywell to be quiet. I have 2 very sensitive microphones right in either one of my ears. I'm right here on top of the unit, and you can barely hear a hum, so it's incredibly quiet. And #3, you said you wanted it cost-effective. You said, we never, ever, Marla, we don't want to have to call home and say, is it filter A or filter B? Which one is it? Is it $10 a month? Is it $20 a month? Is it more to buy replacement filters? Because with this unit you're getting today, all permanent filters. You never, ever have to buy another filter. I'll say it again. With this unit, patented 3-stage filtration system, I'll show you in a moment, you never buy another filter.
Hey, Matt.
You rinse them out, you let them dry, put them back in, ready to go. That's right.
We love that. No additional cost, no,
That's right.
no additional maintenance with this. We wanted to show the smoke chamber, Matt, and I want you to talk about this for a moment because we do this intentionally to kind of give you an exaggerated look, although, believe it or not, something like this happened to me about a month ago, but I'll spare you, I'll spare you that story. I'll spare you that story. But we show this because a lot of the airborne particles are particles that we can't see, but we're talking about as small as 0.3 microns. But when this air purifier is on, and as quiet as it may be, I want everyone, Matt, to see what an effective job and how quickly it goes to work with really scrubbing and cleaning the air that we breathe. And why is that so important?
That's right, Marla. With an air purifier, there's a couple things you should take into account. #1 is how effective is it? And again, this is 99% effective of pulling in even down to the smallest particles. That's that 0.3 microns you talk about with smoke. And that's what you saw in the smoke chamber there. It pulls that air in and it grabs the smoke and removes that smoke from the air. Number two, you want to always check and see how often does this change the air in an average size room. In an average size room, this is going to change the air 120 times a day. 100, that's 5 times an hour. It's going to change all the air, pull it through that system. I want to show you the 3-stage filtration system that's unique only at Honeywell. First of all, the first stage is a mesh prefilter, okay? It gets the big stuff. It gets the stuff you can see. It's going to be covered in dust. Pet hair, if you're like us with our little kitty Edie, her hair is all over the outside of this when we clean our air purifiers. You take this out, you rinse it, dry it, put it right back in. Number two is these are patented IFD filters. Now, what is an IFD filter? It's basically an electric honeycomb. And you can I don't know if you can see it there, but you can kind of see through these, okay? It's electric honeycomb. When it pulls the air through, it does it quietly, but it also charges the particles and removes those particles that you don't want to be breathing in. It removes them from the air. And the third stage is a little bit of an ionizer in there, just a touch, but it gives you a little bit of that after the rainstorm smell that you get when after it rains out and the air is so fresh and new. That's what this is going to give for you. I want to do a demonstration here. This is clearly a used filter. Here's brand new. Here's a used filter. Now I've got 2 containers of water. Of course, you don't have to do this at home, but we got 2 containers of water here. I'm going to slide these in so that you can see them. But you can see the 2 containers of water. I'm going to just rinse this one out, okay? Now, again, you're going to just do this in your sink, just under running water, rinse it out real good, and then pull the filter out and let it completely dry. Pop it back into the unit. Remember, you're never having to change or buy a new filter again. Now, take a look at that. I hope you can see that at home, the difference. This is the clear water that we had. And now look at this dirty, filthy water. What is that? That's the stuff that the Honeywell removed from the air. So my wife, Jane, and I do not have to breathe this in. When you get this home, you're going to be breathing cleaner, pure air. Imagine for a moment, we talk about water filtration. We talk about bottled water. So many people buying bottled water because you want the best, cleanest water. Imagine, Marlo, you and I, we go to a restaurant, you get a glass of water, and the waiter just takes a little bit of the dirt and the dust and puts a little bit of the water in there. I don't think you're going to be drinking that water. You're going to throw it in his face and get rid of it, right? Well, what about the air that you're breathing? Why are you accepting breathing in dirty air so much? Get the Honeywell home, set it up, and let it run. Like you said, Marla, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It just sips the electricity, so it's not going to be an expensive unit to run. This is Energy Star compliant, and it has a 5-year warranty, so you never have to worry about quality. Honeywell is the leader. Marlo, this is the one you get at home, and you're going to notice the difference. Day one, you're going to notice the difference.
Well, it's been very popular. It's already a customer pick. I encourage you to read the reviews. If you have a tablet at home, or maybe you've downloaded our app to your smartphones or even to your computers, you can read the reviews on this, which are wonderful. Honeywell is a global brand, which we love. Matt just spoke about that 5-year warranty, which should just give you confidence. But in this critical time where we are worried if someone sneezes near us, right? Or we worried if somebody coughs, right? We kind of look at them side eye. It's so important for us to be able to have, especially in our homes. I don't know how many of you know just how air pollutant our homes are. If you just do a little research, the EPA actually talks about the inside of our homes, your home, my home, Matt's home, 2 to 5 times more pollutants in the inside. And that's the dust, that's all that pollen, that yellow dusty pollen that's everywhere. If you are asthma or allergy sufferer, this is a must-have for sure. But for any homeowner, like I have a dog in my house, I always worry about, oh my gosh, are people gonna come over and then my house smells like my dog, Chase, right? You worry about the odors that are in your home, not only from your pets, but odors from the foods that you're cooking, our house and the furniture, the window treatments, your upholstery, it all holds odors. But those microns, those particles that sometimes will trigger things and give us the watery eyes, these are the microns. These are all things that are in everybody's home. And it doesn't matter how much of a great housekeeper you are, we all have all of these danders, the household dust, the pollen, the pet danders, the smoke particles that are at our home. And what an air purifier will do is it's constantly pulling in and scrubbing and cleaning and washing that air so that what you're breathing into your lungs is constantly nice, clean air. I am a big advocate of an air purifier. I am. If you come to my home, I have several of them. I'm just a big proponent of them. I mean, you're right. I mean, we buy filters for our water, in our refrigerators, we buy filtered water. We are breathing, I forgot what the statistic is, it's several 100,000 times a day you're taking in a breath. You wanna make sure that you are breathing in clean air. The question becomes, what brand do I buy? What price range am I interested in investing one in? And then most importantly, what maintenance? And the number one thing that people complain about when it comes to air purifiers is really not the price. Most people really want one where it's maintenance free. Right? You don't want to have to always go and maybe buy a new filter. And that's one of the things that's a point of difference in this model, Matt, that you touched on, is that if you're picking up this Honeywell, and again, it is a customer pick, we do have the reviews, $29, Matt, to be able to get this at home. A lot of you have air filters that you pay more than $29 just for the filter. But you can get this at home on that first flex pay of $29 and free shipping and handling. I want to go back to the filter, Matt, because that's what gets most people. Most people are like, I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to have to remember what model I need to order. I don't want to not have my air purifier in use because now I've got to try to, you know, order it or go search different stores to find it. And with this, it's simple and easy. You never have to worry about it.
That's exactly right. I mean, you're going to want to clean the filter about once every 30 to 60 days. As a matter of fact, we even give you, I don't know if you guys have a shot in the studio, but I wanted to talk about the controls just very quickly, because one of the controls that's a great shot. Thank you, guys. The button in the front is your 3 stages of fan. So you can decide if you want it on low, medium, or high. Just press the button. Then you'll see a little button, and all that is oscillation. If it's summertime and you want to move that air around and you like that cool breeze, then put it on oscillation. Then above that, there's a little bulb there. That bulb, when it turns on, that light turns on, it's reminding you, hey, you might want to clean your filters, okay? That's not, you know, the other guys, their bulb should be a $, frankly, because you're going to go to the store and you're going to have to buy new filters. They do